Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to the think tank. So that was a little abrupt. I'll have to fix that. So how many of you guys have heard of Richard Bradley Jr.? He has been picked up for doing, at this point, four crimes, four unalivings. So what he's trying to do is talk these people that have come into money to go out and help him dig up, he said, buried gold. Instead, what he did is he took them out and unalived them. Just, another perfect specimen running around. So this is him here with one of his victims. Chilling golden promise. Washington Cheerio Richard Bradley Jr. made two victims before luring them to their deaths. A suspected serial Cheerio reportedly asked his four victims to help him dig up a treasure trove before allegedly luring them to their deaths. Richard Bradley Jr. of Washington State faces a slew of M charges in connection with the passing of a woman, a father and his son, and another man. This is the winner here. I do believe he's 40 years old. Washington State is just a little jump from here. So this here is Brandy Blake, and she was found in Auburn, Washington Park. They come into a little bit of money. He finds out about it. Not good. Bradley was charged with M in May of 2021 after Brandy Blake's body was found in an Auburn park. Blake's remains were discovered following a search probe that lasted 3 weeks. Her family revealed on a GoFundMe that was set up. Bradley is currently in jail, and it has since been hit with 3 more M charges. Prosecutors have claimed Bradley told his victims he needed help digging up treasure and luring them into the woods. Court documents, I'm still looking for the docs, seen by the Seattle Times, claim Bradley stole his victims' cars and other belongings. Bradley was initially considered a person of interest after Michael Goman, 59, and his son Vance Lakely were in March of 2021, but has since been charged with talking in YouTube code. Thomas Oban II, the deputy prosecutor, revealed Goman had a large inheritance before he was unalived. Bradley allegedly offered a man $1,000 to set their Durango on fire, according to prosecutors. Bradley has also been charged with M as part of the probe into Emilio Maturin's passing. Maturin was reportedly missing 2 weeks after he was last seen alive in July of 2019. The documents claim Maturin's girlfriend overheard Bradley talking to Emilio about digging up gold in Auburn. Emilio was unsure about the request at first before going along to the site with Bradley, according to his girlfriend. The legal docs claimed that Emilio was carrying about $15,000 worth of cash in his new BMW car. Emilio's cell phone was traced to the Game Farm Park in Auburn, and his girlfriend's searched but left the area as she was frightened. Cops then found an unregistered BMW car and tried to stop the driver. Bradley was arrested following a chase per the legal docs. So 3 ribs were found near Blake's gravesite, and these contained Emilio's DNA. Blake, 44, loved going for random motorcycle rides and lived a spontaneous life. It said she never made plans in life, but lived life for the moment she was blessed to have. Bradley is set to face trial next month, and he has not yet entered a plea. Oh, is he doing the Koberger route? Will he make the judge? Hey, James, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. Mexi, Shauna? Hello, hello. So he faces a raft of charges, including 2 counts of premeditated first degree. Bradley also faces 2 counts of second degree M and second degree plan with matches. So asked his victims to dig for treasure before allegedly luring them to their passing. Wow. You know, we've got the Rexes and we've got the Kobergers and all of these characters. And let's see here. Okay, we've got this. So there he is there. So this should, there we are. A Washington man charged with 4 M's allegedly lured his victims to their passing by asking for help digging up a stash of buried gold. Richard Bradley Jr., 40 years old, of Seattle in the suburb of Kent, was charged with 3 counts of M this past month, in addition to prior charges of M and arson. The suspected serial Cheerio is also accused of unaliving a father and son in Auburn in 2021 and unaliving another man in 2019 who was identified from DNA from that rib bone we just talked about. So he had previously been charged with M, and this is for Brandy Blake, who he also allegedly lured to a 160-acre game farm park in Auburn, then buried in a shallow grave. This is all greed. This is nothing but greed. Each and every one of these people, like I was saying, whoa, Jazzy, like I was saying, each and every one of these people had come into money, and somehow he was able to target them. Okay. So previously charged, and it does say that Brandy Blake passed from blunt force injuries. When detectives located her body, they found 3 human ribs nearby that had been matched to Emilio Maturin via DNA Mexi. Mr. Bradley was charged with premeditated first-degree M in connection with Maturin's passing on December 5th. On Thursday, prosecutors amended prior match playing charges against Mr. Bradley on Thursday, adding 2 counts of second degree. So I guess the question is going to be, now that they've got his DNA and they know what he's been up to, are they going to start finding more bodies in the state of Washington? One thing about Washington state is the terrain can be very rough. They've got very large mountains that go through there, lots of rolling hills, lots of places to hide things. Mr. Bradley has long been considered a person of interest in the fatal bang bang of Michael Goman, who was 59, and his son Vance Lakely, who was 31. And again, he was charged with second-degree plan with matches for allegedly offering a man to torch The father and sons Dodge Durango for $1,000. Their remains were found in the same general area as the other victims off an unmaintained county road outside of Auburn, according to the prosecutors. So it sounds like he's been using the same method all the way through, telling them that he needed help digging up a stash of stolen gold. That seems, I don't know if I'd buy that personally. He's got to be one hell of a seller. He then allegedly unalived them, stole their vehicles, and whatever was inside them. And it does say here that he had been seen driving the victims' vehicles in the days after they went missing. All 4 victims connected to sources of money or substances. Goman had received a large inheritance just before he and his son were deleted. And Blake had won $20,000 at a casino. Maturin always took his cash and his substances with him when he left the house, according to charging documents. Again, I can't find these documents as of yet, but I'll keep looking. Mr. Bradley is now being held without bail in the King County Jail and is being represented by defense attorney Peter Giesness in all 4 of the cases. I don't know how easily I would really fall for that. Hey guys. Let's see here. So Washington's Cheerio lured victims with a promise of buried gold. Would you guys fall for that, do you think? There's just so many shysters in this world. So this was as of yesterday. A Washington state man awaiting Jasmine. She hasn't been barking all morning until I get on here, right? She was being so good for a while there. Jasmine, come behave. So it says that he is awaiting trial on 1 more case and has been charged with several more, as prosecutors allege he lured his 4 victims for asking help digging up buried gold. Brandy Lake was only 44 years old and was found buried in that park in the town of Auburn. So the trial starts next month as far as Blake's deleting goes, and has not entered a plea as far as the new charges, pulling a Koberger. Prosecutors Thomas Ban II allegedly that Bradley used the same ploy in each one of his victims' passings. Take them to a wooded area, delete them before taking their cars and possessions. What a piece of crap. Get a job. Rest in peace. So charges include Emilio Maturin, who was only 36. And this happened. He disappeared in the summer of 2019. And his girlfriend reported him missing 2 weeks later. She informed authorities that she had overheard Bradley telling her boyfriend that he needed help digging up buried gold. It says that he was hesitant at first. Fair enough. Fair enough. It just does not sound, I don't know if I would buy it. The victim, according to his girlfriend, frequently left the house with a significant amount of cash on him. And the last day he left, he had about 15 grand in his new BMW, which means that this guy went for a joyride in a very expensive vehicle, and God only knows what he does with the 15 grand. But it was his cell phone that made it so they were able to track him down. And she bolted. She left. Oh, Bradley was arrested a short time later after he fled the vehicle on foot. Hours later, let's look up here. Hours later, police in Auburn discovered an unregistered BMW parked near an open field. They waited for the driver to return, but when they attempted to confront the driver, he took off. Bradley was arrested a short time later after he fled the vehicle on foot. He was charged with eluding the police. In March 2021, Michael Goman, 59, his 31-year-old son Vance were also found deceased on an overgrown path close to that same game farm park after being rest in peace. It was his ribs that were discovered and making it possible for them to identify him. My singing girls. So Auburn Game Farm Park is a large wooded area with hiking paths, basketball courts, playgrounds, and picnic tables. All four of Bradley's alleged victims were found in the area. Well, isn't that pleasant? Look at that as families play. Beautiful spot. Brandy Blake, the victim whose M. Bradley was originally charged with, went missing in early May 2021, not long after she had won $20,000 at a casino. Good Lord. Yes, please. And they found her in a shallow grave back at this area. What if kids that have been finding this stuff? Like what? What? Well, they got him off the streets. Now it's just going to be a matter of whether or not they're going to be able to find out if there's more. And it sounds like they got him bangs to right. I do believe that we're going to see guilty all the way through this. It might be an interesting case to follow. See if there's anything else. So he is scheduled to stand trial next month. Same scheme with each and every one of them. He, I guess, found something that worked for him and just kept right on going. Digging up a stash of stolen gold. So do you guys think we're going to find more, or was he just starting? So right now, this seems to be where we're at as far as this goes. I imagine little by little we'll be hearing stuff as trial comes along. And you know how it goes, the leaks. Well, I'm sure they've started long ago. The leaks start, the information starts coming out, and the court starts to go sideways. That seems to be what we've been seeing anyways. All these different trials. The Richard Allen one is very disturbing. Watching that Ish show. And I can't say that Koberger's is much better. Okay, we talked about he is in King County Correctional Facility. So his charges include arson, unlawful possession of a firearm, identity theft, and trafficking in stolen property. How sad. How sad is that? Bradley originally met Blake at a hotel in Federal Way, about 25 miles south of Seattle, and told her he needed help selling gold that he had stashed from a robbery. The Federal Way reported citing court documents. Bradley's wife told detectives that Bradley and Blake left the hotel room together and Bradley later returned by himself. Bradley's wife. Oh, do tell. Bradley allegedly claimed he'd dropped Blake off and that she gave him permission to borrow her car. A GoFundMe was launched after Blake's passing to help cover expenses for her memorial service. Her death was unexpected and a total shock for all of her friends and family. We will miss her beautiful smile and great sense of humor. Brandy had such a kind and caring soul and would give anyone the shirt off of her back. She will forever be in our hearts. They're saying that Maturin, he passed away on December 5th. I think just this past December 5th. And he's 40 years old. Has he just started doing this? I don't know. He needed their help to get this buried treasure. The old buried treasure trick. "40 years old. Did he just start doing this?" Maturin went to visit Bradley in his white BMW with a pound of H and 15,000 in cash. He never returned. Oh, he had some harsh substances with him, didn't he? So yeah, next month we see him face the court as far as Brandy Blake goes, and get him nailed on that one, and hopefully he'll actually plea, and we'll find out a little bit more as far as that goes. He's been up to no good. So, guys, fast and furious this one was. I hope you're all doing well. I've missed you all. I'll be back and forth for the next little while, but we'll get back to normal here soon. I promise. I promise. So, guys, I am going to say thank you again for being here with me. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.